Okay, so in putting this video together, I realize I'm pronouncing the name of the cigar wrong. It's not Paladin, it's Paladin, which is a heroic knight or champion. Hi guys, Brian here with the Portable Sticks. Hooten Young, that's what I want to talk about right now. Hooten Young cigars. Hooten Young was co-founded by Norm Hooten, who's a real-life retired master sergeant in the military, and his buddy Tim Young. Now, I don't know a lot about Tim Young, but I was reading a lot about Norm Hooten, who was actually the character Hoot in that movie Black Hawk Down. Really cool. So this company's been around since 2018, just a few years, and they're doing really great. They're putting together some luxury premium cigars. Great sticks, all in honor of military. Okay, their cigars and the names of the cigars are depicted behind military operations and military equipment and honoring military service. Like the one we're going to be talking about today, the Paladin Series. Now, the Paladin Series is an honoring of military service personnel. Okay, it basically means the protector of the people. And that is really cool. So things like Operation Gothic Serpent and the Neptune Spear, the Madus, that's just to name a few. And then, of course, these right here, the Paladin Series, right here. Okay, you got your Connecticut and you got your Habano Maduro, darker cigar. This is where it originated, and then they went to the Connecticut later, But this was the very first one. So I'm going to light this up real quick. We're going to talk about it just real fast, and we'll go from there. Wow. The flavoring profiles on this cigar, this is probably my fourth one that I've had. Of the Paladin Series, the Habano wrapper. By the way, the binder and fillers on this are all Nicaraguan. This is a Toro 52 ring gauge Toro size cigar. You can never go wrong with Nicaraguan. But these guys really are putting together some great cigars. And who they are, what they stand for, their background, their backstories, fantastic. But I want to read you guys something. Being an ex-military veteran myself, it really kind of means something. That's why I like to support these. Plus they give, I think it's like, I'm going to get this right, at 10% or more. It might even be more. Let me look it up. But they give a lot of money back to the community, in honoring of, veterans and people that are dealing with, struggles and PTSD, and etc. Just fantastic company. But listen to this. Okay, Hooten Young is rooted in the belief that anything worth doing should be done with excellence. And only when done at the highest standard can it truly honor those who are expected to give nothing less. Wow, think about that. That is fantastic. I want to be very clear here. This is an Ecuadorian Habano Claro wrapper. So get this, these are just some of the names of their cigars, which are really cool, named after military operations and military equipment. One of my favorites is the Madus, the 50 caliber. Yeah, baby. Anyway, we got the Gothic Serpent, the 2020 selection, the Operation Neptune Spear, Right to Bear Arms, the Madus, the Paladin Series, what we're talking about, which I'm smoking right here. Fantastic stick. Young Operator in Operation Midnight Hammer. That just recently happened, and I've had that cigar. It looks like a B-52 bomber, and it's just fantastic. If I can find a picture of it, which I have, I'll put it on this video. I probably should have done a video about it, but it's a good cigar. What I've noticed about these cigars, which is important to me, is of course, as you all know, the easy plume of smoke, the easy draw, the consistent burn, the nice white ash, very well put together cigar. You can just clearly see that. It's got gorgeous bands on it. You can't go wrong. It's a win-win. So anyway, and these are pretty reasonably priced too. This is only a $12 stick, I think, is what it was. $12 stick. And it's a premium cigar. And that's fantastic. Anyway, I'm going to go enjoy this, and I decided to get on here real quick and talk about the Paladin Series by Hooten Young. Hooten Young cigars. If you haven't had any, you got to go out there and get some.
Generals gathered in their masses, just just like witches at black masses, evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerer of death's construction.